ID, call forwarding, call waiting, and call blocking.
I think it's time you cut the blue wire.
Cut the blue wire. Save up to $250 on your phone features with RevVoice. Get RevVoice. Save money.
Coming up tonight on our news.
A founding member of the Save Our Bahamas campaign responds to an LGBT activist. That story's coming out.
A prominent church leader hits out at the Save Our Bahamas Vote No campaign, accusing the group of having an agenda.
Welcome to our news. I'm Christina McNeil. Thanks for joining us. Topping news tonight, founding member of the Save Our Bahamas campaign, Lyle Bethel, is slamming LGBT activist Erin Green's changed stance on Bill 4, insisting she should stay out of the gender referendum debate if she cannot decide where she stands on the matter. Jasmine Brown reports.
Bethel says the timing of Green's most recent announcement has left him more than a little suspicious of her motive.
I think this is spin mode, she's a smart girl. I've always respected her. I say all the time, I salute her courage. But it's suspect.
Green told our news on Wednesday that she has now decided she will not support constitutional bill number 4 in this June's gender equality referendum. Her comments contradict statements she made last month after the bills were passed in the House of Assembly.
Has helped Erin to understand that she made a bad public relations move to have the LGBT community to be seen to be in full support of Bill number 4, and that their move only adds to the suspicion that Bahamians already have about these bills.
Bill 4 would make it unconstitutional to discriminate based on sex. Those who oppose it fear it could someday lead to same-sex marriage. Bethel added that at this point, it's impossible to tell how Green's statements will help or hinder the yes or no campaign.
I would have to guess like the rest of the Bahamian public, but I believe for those on the vote yes side, they are probably happy that she's done that. But for those who already feel suspicion, that's only adding to the suspicion. And so I don't know if it was helpful. She probably should have just left it alone.
The referendum is slated to be held on June 7th. Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Well, prominent church leader Reverend Dr. Philip McPhee says he and many other church leaders are very much disappointed, hurt, disturbed, and disgusted that some pastors have banded together to campaign against the 4th constitutional amendment bill. Dana Smith reports.
Very much disappointed. I've been talking to many pastors who are hurt and disturbed.
The pastors who formed the group Save Our Bahamas said they are against Bill 4, which would make it unconstitutional to discriminate against someone based on sex, because they believe it would pave the way for same-sex marriage. However, McPhee says he finds it puzzling how religious leaders who have a connection with God could get on the pulpit and say certain things that are not endorsed by the government nor by the majority of the church leaders in the country.
I just think the majority of them are too holy for heaven and too hellish for hell. Some of them are more righteous than and I don't know. I just feel that they are taking the religion of the world a little bit out of whack at this present time. But it seems as that's their norm.
McPhee explained there's no need for the pastors to jump up and talk about gay marriage, as it's already illegal. He explained it's the government, not the church, that has the first position on marriage, and the Matrimonial Causes Act states that a marriage must be between a man and a woman.
You know, thank God, hell is not a place where individuals can be sent by pastors or by any other power. You go to hell when you transgress God's law. And certainly, I don't see by voting yes in this referendum that we will transgress God's law. I think we will bring the Bahamas into a newness of connection with the entire world.
McPhee said the Vote No pastors believe they are the moral majority of the country, and he questioned if the group merely has something against the government. He also hit out at the group's call for government funding.
They themselves are requesting monies to produce and project their agenda. If you feel that way, then you should not want anything from the other side to help you to produce. I think you ought to, if you are convicted, you see, conviction is a powerful word. It seems as though their agenda is not as serious as they want to project.
McPhee said there are other, more important issues that the church needs to look at and deal with to help stabilize the country, adding that he fully supports all of the bills and has encouraged his congregation at Mount Calvary Baptist Church to do the same. Reporting for Our News, I'm Dana Smith.
Thanks, Dana. Well, former Cabinet Minister Alfred Sears has accepted the Progressive Liberal Party's nomination to run in the Fort Charlotte constituency in the next general election, marking his return to frontline politics. Social Services Minister Melanie Griffin also got the party's nod last night for Yamacraw and declared that the PLP is still the best party to govern the country. Vonique Toot reports.
10 months after Fort Charlotte MP Dr. Andre Rollins made his very public exit from the Progressive Liberal Party, former Minister of Education and Attorney General Alfred Sears danced into PLP headquarters last night to accept the party's nomination for that constituency. Sears, who served as the PLP MP for Fort Charlotte from 2002 to 2012, told party supporters he is ready to get back to work.
And I say to you, Mr. Deputy Leader, and to you, Mr. Chairman, Private Alfred Michael Sears is reporting for duty.
Minister of Social Services Melanie Griffin also accepted the PLP's nomination last night to run again in Yamacraw, where she has served as MP for nearly 15 years. Griffin made it clear she is committed to the leadership of the party and returning the PLP to power in 2017.
That is why we must not back down. That is why when they call us corrupt, we must stand tall, because we know in whom we believe. And one thing the Bible says, that the steps of a righteous man is ordered by God. And so as long as we walk right, as long as we talk right, and as long as we live right, the PLP has nothing to fear.
Despite mounting criticism over the Christie administration's performance over the past 4 years, Griffin says the PLP is still the best party to lead the country in 2017 and beyond.
I have every confidence that the PLP will be the next government and will form the next government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Because when you trust God and when you do your work, the people of the Bahamas in the final analysis will weigh us in the balance, and they will see that we are still the best party to govern this country.
Sears added the party is ready to complete the quiet revolution.
It is an opportunity for us to implement national health insurance, the Freedom of Information Act, to properly resource the House of Assembly to be a check on the executive, to establish an office of ombudsman, to establish fixed general elections date and an independent permanent boundaries commission, to institute local government in New Providence, to build the University of the Bahamas, to create a more representative government with more women in Parliament and the Cabinet.
Deputy Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis left the first two PLP candidates to be nominated with these words.
Time has come for us to move forward, as I said. Let us go and win some friends, and let us influence our enemies.
Reporting for our news, I'm Vonique Tude.